Okay guys, daily DIY guy here. We had a problem on this 1987 Mazda b2600 4x4. Had a bad oil pressure switch, and what it was right here when they put it in. They screwed it in right. It's just they caught this little rail right here when they had their socket on there without an extension, and it probably made it a little cockeyed, crossed the thread, and it's been leaking oil ever since. They had a blown head gasket. They told me about that. They repaired it, but they still couldn't figure out the oil leak. And as you can see, that probably would do it, because whenever she's running, that oil pressure switch will leak. And it did. So we went ahead and took the old one off, which is right here. This is the old one. And you can tell that they took it out when they did the head gasket, and they didn't remove the gunk, the RTV red, or thread locker, or whatever they had on there. Sorry for being wrong if I'm wrong, but they didn't remove it, and they didn't put new on there, which should have helped it seal, and then they didn't torque it all the way down, and then they cross-threaded it, and you could tell by all these little markings that they weren't even using the tool that they should have been. So I went ahead and took that out. Wasn't very hard. I just needed to get this here oil pressure plug remover, and that's what she looks like down in there. It's not very much, just these little smoothed off barrels, like a 3-stage bolt that's been smoothed down, and it's to grab one or two other ones, and you just put it on there and take it off, and then go ahead and put the new one on there. But like I said, with this here, it made it a little hard, so the only thing I had to do was put this extension on there. Now to get it started, I had to thread it in there by hand, get it started, and then thread it in there with this to get it down in far enough to even put that on there because of all this AC line and stuff, which isn't going to be here much longer, but is for now. Then I had to go ahead and get the oil filter off, which was plugged and caked from all this shit because they never switched it out, and it was just plugged on there from the smog and stuff. So I basically had to do it the old school way and poke a bunch of holes with a big flat head and keep turning it, take it off. And then I did that, and then I got it to level, put the plugs back in, everything. Didn't even have to drop the pan because it hasn't had any fucking oil in it. I'm going to run it for a couple of weeks and then change the oil again, and that should take care of the engine problems. And that's how you change an oil pressure switch. This guy right here. And then this little red wire just plugged right onto it. And that's that. Daily DIY guy signing off.